As the world becomes more and more advanced in terms of medicine, more and more people are turning to cosmetic surgery as a way to improve their appearance or prolong their youth. And of course, for Hollywood stars, cosmetic surgery is no longer strange. Having a perfect appearance is just a matter of good genes and care, but not everyone is satisfied with their current beauty. As a celebrity, they always have to be conscious of taking care of their appearance because they are public figures. However, plastic surgery is not always 100% successful. Some people have failed surgeries, some are so addicted to surgery that complications arise, their faces are so deformed that they are unrecognizable. In the next 10 minutes, we will look back at 10 celebrities, from people you won't believe are the same person, and explore their cosmetic surgery journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation. And now, let's start with the first celebrity. Mickey Rourke, the man who gave us The Wrestler. Back in the 80s, Mickey Rourke was every girl's dream. He had it all: the looks, the charm, the mystery. But in the middle of his skyrocketing career, he did the unthinkable. He walked away from Hollywood to become a boxer. The punches didn't just end his career, they changed his face forever. A broken nose, sunken cheekbones, shattered bones beneath the skin. And when he tried to fix the damage, Mickey turned to plastic surgery. But instead of restoring his looks, the results were shocking. He once admitted, "I went to the wrong doctor, they ruined my face." Once Hollywood's most charming star, Mickey became living proof of a painful truth. When you try to hold on to the past, sometimes you lose the present. Next, Barry Manilow, the golden voice of the 70s, the man who melted millions of hearts with Mandy. But when he hit 60, fans began to notice something strange. His eyes seemed narrower, his skin looked unnaturally smooth, and his smile, it just didn't look the same. Rumors swirled about facelifts, nose jobs, and Botox, though Barry always denied them. But perhaps the clearest evidence was his own face. It spoke for itself. Fans once adored Barry for his voice, but now they argue about his appearance, and it makes you wonder, what's more terrifying than wrinkles? Maybe it's the fear of being forgotten. Next on the list is Farrah Abraham. From a teenage girl on 16th and pregnant to a reality TV star everyone was talking about. She never hid, never denied. In fact, she was proud of her plastic surgeries. Breast augmentation, nose job, chin implant, cheek fillers, lip injections, another chin surgery. Farrah called it an investment in myself. But with each appearance, her face seemed to change. Colder, more distant, and for many, it stirred something close to regret. She once said, "I want to be the best version of myself." But many wondered, somewhere along that journey, did she lose the most authentic version of who she was? If you think being a supermodel means having natural perfection, even embracing it, then Tyra Banks breaks that rule. Tyra was once the symbol of strong, confident, natural beauty, the first black supermodel to dominate global runways, and she proudly claimed, "I don't need anything done." Years later, fans were stunned when Tyra admitted she'd had a nose job, Botox, and fillers. In her autobiography, she wrote, "I don't have a naturally perfect nose. I did it, and I'm not ashamed." The confession shocked people, not because of what she'd done, but because the woman who once inspired millions to love themselves had struggled to love her own reflection. And of course, you remember Michael Jackson, the king of pop. But this time we're talking about his sister Janet Jackson. Janet, too, is a legend, a 90s icon of beauty and talent. Yet like her brother, she's long been rumored to have altered her looks, her delicate nose, her impossibly smooth skin. She's never admitted to it publicly, but cosmetic experts believe she's undergone several procedures on her nose, chin, even her jawline. On stage, she still shines under the spotlight. But behind that glow is a woman who spent decades trying to maintain an image the world refuses to let her outgrow. A small mistake on the face can be the subject of ridicule in tomorrow's newspaper. For Janet, plastic surgery might not have been a way to become more beautiful. but a mask, one that lets her survive the spotlight without being consumed by it. And if you think these stories are shocking enough, just wait for what's next. A woman who turned herself into a living doll, and a pair of genius twins who became one of France's most haunting transformations. If Mickey Rourke unsettles people with his altered looks, Dolly Parton wins them over with her unapologetic honesty. The country star has never hidden her plastic surgery. She jokes about it, but it's all true. She's openly admitted to breast implants, nose jobs, liposuction, Botox, and just about every cosmetic tweak money can buy. However, what makes Dolly so endearing is not her perfect appearance, but her strange confidence. I know I look fake, but I like it. While most stars try to keep their secrets under wraps, Dolly turned hers into a brand. She's become an icon of body freedom, proving that beauty isn't about perfection, it's about the attitude you bring to it. If it were you, would you have the courage to be that honest? And next comes one of the most shocking faces on social media. Anastasia Pokryschuk, a woman from Ukraine who calls herself a living doll. Anastasia started injecting fillers at the age of 26. Just a few years later, she became the person with the biggest cheekbones in the world. She doesn't hide. She doesn't regret. In fact, she even teaches others how to inject online. Many people criticize her, calling her a plastic surgery addict, but Anastasia calmly replies, "I love this face. I feel beautiful." Despite being mocked, she still appears confident, as a symbol of the extreme of the so-called Instagram beauty. Is this blind confidence, or is she simply satisfied with what she thinks is beautiful? Perhaps no one in France has ever sparked more conversation than Igor and Grichka Bogdanoff, the brilliant twin brothers who became icons of French intellect and pop culture in the 1980s. But beginning in the 90s, their faces started to change, first subtly, then slowly morphing into something almost inhuman. Rumors spread, surgeries, silicone injections, even secret experiments with anti-aging technology. The irony was that they, the people who once spoke of the scientific future, were trapped in their own dream of fighting against time. When they passed away, the public not only mourned the loss of two brilliant minds, but also was shocked by their final image. Two disfigured, cold faces, as symbols of a generation that could not accept old age. If there's one person who embodies both admiration and controversy, it's Bobby Norris, the British reality TV star. He used to be the charming guy from The Only Way is Essex. But over the years, people began to notice Bobby doesn't quite look like Bobby anymore. He's undergone multiple surgeries: rhinoplasty, Botox, hair transplants, even facial contouring. Bobby once said, "I don't do surgery for other people, I do it because I want to look good." But in a way, he's become a symbol of a new generation's obsession, perfection defined by the camera's lens. When you wear a mask for too long, you start to forget what your real face looks like. Unlike the glamorous names of Hollywood, Elsa Patton isn't a movie star, but in the 90s, she was a model, a familiar face in countless beauty magazines. After leaving showbiz, Elsa began a long, endless cycle of surgeries: cheek fillers, chin reshaping, nose jobs, skin tightening, Botox, lip enhancements. And when she finally reappeared, fans could hardly recognize her. The graceful beauty of the past was gone, replaced by a face so tight it barely moved. No more catwalks, no more camera flashes, just a woman trying to hold on to what time had slowly taken away. Elsa once confessed in an interview, "I just want to look like I used to, but the more I try, the further I get from it." A confession powerful enough to leave the world speechless. From Mickey Rourke and Barry Manilow to Tyra Banks, Janet Jackson, and Dolly Parton, each of them once stood in the center of the spotlight, celebrated as beauty icons of their era. But time spares no one, and in the race against age, many turn to plastic surgery, not out of vanity, but out of fear. Fear of losing the version of themselves that the world once adored. Some rediscover confidence, others lose their sense of self, and maybe the line between the two is nothing more than a thin scar across the face. Because in the end, true beauty isn't about flawless skin or eternal youth. It's about the peace that comes when you can look in the mirror and say, "This is me. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be real."